All right, you guys. 6 days to the Little Mermaid is coming out, and I am so not excited. Don't give a damn. Here, let me spoil it for you. She gets the guy. She gets legs. She gets the prince, and there's a little less racism. Yeah. So it's time for episode 25. I accidentally skipped. I accidentally missed episode 24, which was when Ryan Seacrest was back as a guest. So maybe you could find it somewhere else. And it sucks because that was something I actually probably wanted to watch. I wonder if he would have stepped in and been a co-host with them, and they would have done the three of them would have hosted the opening segment. But who cares? So well. Christine Taylor, fine as hell. Christine Taylor, remember her from Hey Dude? She's going to be on a Nickelodeon show. And then Daveed Diggs from Hamilton, who's also the Little Mermaid Crab. Episode 25, season 1. It's May 19th, and I'm Kelly Consuelos without my wig and my makeup. How do I look? Do I look like a Jersey girl? All right, you guys. Enjoy the show. Make sure to subscribe and comment. Why? Because I love you.
It's live with Kelly and Mark. Today with The Little Mermaid, award-winning actor Daveed Diggs. And one of the stars of the new series, High Desert, Christine Taylor. What? Get ready. Now may be the right time to scream clean your mind. All next online. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelo. Hi, good morning. It's Friday, May 19th, 2023. Another college graduation. That's right, yeah. Today, Lola graduates from the music school. That's right. So there was the big graduation. This is the one where they actually hand her the diploma and she walks across the stage and shakes a hand and
Yes.
That's like what we paid for, right? We paid for that moment to send to the grandparents.
I can't wait.
Yes. Me too. You can stay tuned for those pictures
On Monday.
on social media. So do you have phone call anxiety now? Because, for years, we've become texters. I remember when you had to cancel plans, you had to really, put thought and sentiment and regret in you had to practice the regret, when you were canceling something. You know what I mean? You had to practice it. You had to practice sounding regretful. Text message makes it easy. Like, can't make it, sorry, so sorry.
Broke my leg, stuck in traffic.
Right. This traffic president's in town, can't get across town. Oh my gosh, can't believe it. So disappointed.
Back-to-back Zooms, I can't get there.
Right. Really, like, easy. Easy.
Yeah.
Now people are suffering from anxiety when they have to make a phone call. Well, I am one of those people, so.
But you were like that before. You weren't
That's
a big
true.
phone call person.
I have telephobia.
I've been told that when I get off the phone, I am the fastest get off the phoner ever. I'm like, all right, click.
Well, first of all, as somebody that has spoken to you on the phone, talking to you on the phone is irritating because you call me and then you're like, so what's up? And I'm like, you called me.
No, I find the end of the phone call is excruciating. Like, all right, good. All right. Talk to you. I can hear the other person say, all right, man, see you later. I'll see you soon. Can't wait to see you. And I'm clicking. I've been accused of that. I've
never said goodbye to you. There is no goodbye. I'm like, so anyway, okay. I guess you know.
Yeah, that's my thing.
But you feel the need to call.
Well, I like to hear your voice.
But then you immediately don't want to hear it.
It doesn't matter. I want to hear it, especially when I was living in other countries. I just wanted to hear your voice.
He's reminded.
Yes.
He calls me and he's like, that's right. I don't really love the voice.
Horrible idea.
No,
Do you notice that I get off the phone quickly like that?
yeah,
Before
but I think it's a byproduct of how you grew up.
What do you mean?
Because your mom, when she gets off the phone, well, now she gets off the phone.
Fast. She doesn't want to be on the phone.
It's so true.
Yes. Okay, love you,
Hi,
bye.
Mom. She's like, I'm well. Thank you for calling. I love you. Bye-bye. And I'm like, hello?
Here's dad.
Here's Dad. Yeah.
Yeah, here's dad.
Here's Dad. She'll wake him. Let me go wake Daddy. And I'm like, no, we can't. It's Mother's Day. We want to talk to you.
Right. When it was, see, now that it's a cell phone, she doesn't want to talk on the phone at all. But when it was a landline phone, she wanted to talk on the phone forever. She would talk on the phone for 2-3 hours. I bet even back when it was a cordless phone, as long as it was a landline, whether it was cordless or it had a cord. But now with the cell phone, she doesn't talk into the little crazy robot. Okay, yes, I talk. That's it. Bye. But I bet 20 years, 30 years ago, 25 years ago, she would talk forever. But for some reason, she felt comfortable talking for hours on the landline. But when it's a cell phone, she doesn't want to talk. You know why? Because now she's got things to do. When she was younger, that's the thing to do. That was the thing to do. You talk on the phone, right? You didn't have cable television. Maybe she did, but maybe she was just, but now with computers and socializing and social media and just the simple fact of computers, she's probably got a whole bunch of new things to do. And not only that, but now she's got wealthy children and in-laws. Now she's a wealthy person. She's a wealthy person with a computer. She don't want to talk on the phone. See, when you're poor and you don't have cable, right? When you have when you have 3 channels of television and you're poor, talking on the phone is the funnest thing you have to look forward to all week. Once you start making some money and there's a computer around, all you want to do is watch porn and give your money away to nice Nigerian princes who are trying to make their way through medical school. No, why do I have to talk to you on the phone? I could play bingo with my friend in Texas. Like, I don't need to talk on the phone. I'm busy instant messaging on all my friends in all my Hispanic friends, all of my old lady friends. Wait, let me rephrase. Like, why do I need to talk on the phone with you? I don't have time to talk on the phone with you. I'm busy having a group chat. I'm busy going on 9 days straight of my group chat with my 17 old lady friends on the computer, right? That's the way she communicates now. It used to be talking on the phone was the only way to communicate, so she did that forever. Now she's just got a group chat with like all of her friends, and she just basically just sits there and constantly texting on the thread or in her Facebook group of like all of her, friends born in the 50s and 60s.
Yes. Okay, love you,
Hi,
bye.
Mom. She's like, I'm well. Thank you for calling. I love you. Bye-bye. And I'm like, hello?
Here's dad.
Here's Dad. Yeah.
Yeah, here's dad.
Here's Dad. She'll wake him. Let me go wake Daddy. And I'm like, no, we can't. It's Mother's Day. We want to talk to you.
Yes, you talk to daddy.
Yeah. But when early on, before Mom discovered that she doesn't like to be on the phone,
Yes.
she would say goodbye for 35 minutes.
Well, it's Italian goodbye.
Yeah.
And then you say a prayer for you before we get off the phone.
There'd be a prayer.
Yes.
And then
A blessing.
lots of kisses.
Yes. A little guilt, not that much guilt. No, not too much guilt. Never too much guilt.
No, she's not the guilt.
No.
That's my mom.
Right.
My mom's the guilt.
Right.
She's like, you should say goodbye to me because you never know. And I'm like, nice try. You did that in the 70s when the phone was connected to the wall.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you think we're soulmates?
Yes,
I do too.
I do.
I do too. I think so too. We can finish each other's sentences.
She's starting to present. She's getting a little horny.
What we're saying with that look, I definitely know what she's saying when I get a look for sure.
I'm not the look giver. You're the look giver.
I am?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you like to indicate how irritated you are.
Let me see.
Okay. So you say something to me as me, and I'll be you.
Oh, God, I have to go work out again. I do that? See, I'm doing it in my head. I didn't know what I was doing. I can see another husband up there. Do you do the same thing? Here's what you got to do as a husband. First of all, strategically, you have to figure out that you shouldn't let them hear that because that's a mistake. That's a rookie move. If they hear the huh, you've done something
Well, then
wrong.
you've been a rookie for a couple of decades.
Second rookie mistake. Check for reflective surfaces. Because if they're behind you, they will see an eye roll. They will see an eye roll. I mean, I've seen it. She's been eating yogurt off the back of a spoon. And she's like, did you just roll your eyes at me? I go, no, I've got something in my eye. Anyway, the reason I ask you for soulmates.
Yes.
And you and I communicate very well. We know each other's signs. The only thing I haven't figured out is when you're trying to talk to me while you're brushing your teeth.
Which
And
is
you go
shocking
on.
that you...
It's like Lincoln's address. You know, and I'm like,
Stay out of it.
the reason I'm asking if we're soulmates because there's over.
You want me to change my mind?
Yes. Wait a second. Over half of the Americans agree that a soulmate is their pet.
Well, I also think that you think that Lena is your soulmate. Look at how happy you are thinking about Lena being your soulmate versus when you were like, do you think we're soulmates?
You know what? You're right. We are soulmates, but I have a pet soulmate. And
Maybe Lena, the dog, is actually Kelly's like great grandmother reincarnated. Or check if Kelly had any relatives that died around the same time that you guys got Lena, or when she would have been born. Because maybe Kelly has a great aunt or a great uncle that died and was reincarnated as Lena the dog, and that's why you feel a connection to both. Or maybe this is just a kind of way of sneaky calling your wife a little black bitch. Because the dog's fur is black. That's what I mean. Think about it, Mark. Think about it. I give you blessings.
Look at how happy you are thinking about Lena being your soulmate versus when you were like, do you think we're soulmates?
you know what? You're right. We are soulmates, but I have a pet soulmate, and it's Lena. People are in love with their pets.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Tell me.
Like our children, our dogs never know which one is my favorite. Whereas with you, everybody knows who your favorite is.
Because life is tough. And not everything is easy. And it says not everyone's going to like you. Right? So sometimes people are going to play favorites, and I don't care. I love my kids equally, and one of them is sometimes my favorite, and then it shifts on to another one, and then it shifts on to another one.
No, but everybody knows which kid is your favorite.
Really?
Yes.
Right. It's Joaquin because he's a wrestler. He's the youngest. You're his buddy. Michael, you didn't have a chance to form that friendship bond because he was your first, and you were so scared of messing it up, and so you were so concerned. You were more concerned with the first kid, with Michael, of being like this disciplinarian and trying to teach him and structure him to do to him what your dad did to you. And, you were just still kind of starting off in the biz. You didn't have as much financial security. You were really worried. So you wanted to make sure he was always going to be able to take care of himself in case daddy gets fired and mommy gets fired from their soap opera job. Because back then you had no idea about any kind of a talk show. The soap opera, you guys might have gotten written off or killed the soap. And then there's no guarantee you're going to get an acting gig. And then so you got to make sure that he has the tools to get his own job and work. And you were so scared of doing anything fun with him because you were scared you'd break him or you might hurt him, like Alfonso Ribeiro's nanny did to their daughter when they put that 4-year-old girl on a little scooter, a sit-down scooter, and she ended up falling down and scraping her face and had to have a doctor scrape skin off her face with a scalpel at the age of 4. And then by the time Joaquin came around, you were super wealthy. Your wife was wealthy. You were comfortable, but your wife was wealthy. You had job security. You had moved on up to the east side, and you had 2 kids already. So Joaquin was the 3rd kid. You kind of shook off all the jitters, and you were able to really focus on just like, oh, let him go play out in the street. It's cool. He's wearing a helmet. You know what I mean? What's the worst that's going to happen? If he dies, we still got 2, And plus you had more free time. You didn't have to work as much. So you were able to spend more time with him, and you were able to afford more activities, and you wanted to do more activities with him. So Joaquin became your buddy, right? That's kind of how that works. Well, thank you. And with the dogs, if Lena's your dog, that poor older dog, the one that's like 17 years old, just like walks around, just like knowing that no one cares. It's just waiting to die. Like that 98-year-old that just sits in her wheelchair staring out the window, only gets addressed when only people only talk to her when it's a nurse having to give their medication, take them to the bathroom or to bed. If not, they just sit in the wheelchair with a blanket over their lap, staring at the window, just knowing that everyone's waiting for them to die. That poor dog knows you don't give a damn about it because that dog doesn't do anything for you. Mark Consuelos, you're a very selfish individual. And the sad thing is you know that and you don't care and you don't desire to do anything to fix it or change. No wonder your mom doesn't want to talk to you for more than 5 seconds when you call her.
Bitch.
The reason I'm asking if we're soulmates because there's over...
You want me to change my mind?
Yes. Wait a second. Over half of the Americans agree that their soulmate is their pet.
Well, I also think that you think that Lena is your soulmate. Look at how happy you are thinking about Lena being your soulmate versus when you were like, do you think we're soulmates?
You know what? You're right. You're right. We are soulmates, but I have a pet soulmate, and it's Lena. People are in love with their pets.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Tell me.
Like our children, our dogs never know which one is my favorite. Whereas with you, everybody knows who your favorite is.
Because life is tough. And not everything is easy. And not everyone's going to like you. Right? So sometimes people are going to play favorites, and I don't care. I love my kids equally, and one of them is sometimes my favorite, and then it shifts on to another one, and then it shifts on to another one.
No, but everybody knows which kid is your favorite.
Really?
Yes, they all talk about it behind you.
Oh, my God. Lola is convinced that she's my favorite. I say, you're my favorite daughter.
Yeah, but everybody knows that Joaquin is your favorite.
He's not my favorite. Lola's my favorite. No, I love them equally, all the same.
You should never take a lie detector test. Although it would be fun to connect him to one just for fun.
You know what? I dare you. I will break that. I will knock the wheels off that lie detector test.
You mean you're such a good liar?
Yes.
You're such a good liar that you could break the machine?
And I'm a lie detector. I'm a lie detector.
We used to think that, but now you're about 50-50.
Am I?
Yeah, exactly.
Am I about 50-50?
But you know what? In baseball, if you're batting 500, you're the best batter of all time.
Well, then you're the best.
We've done when we wrap up May.
Yep. Well, if you're he goes, if you're batting 500, here, let me rewind it. This guy makes the weirdest fucking looks on his face.
Machine?
And I'm a lie detector. I'm a lie.
No, well, no, you're not. You're not a lie detector because you're wrong sometimes. So you're just a liar. That's not even a truth. So you're a liar because that statement is not possible. You're just a liar.
I will knock the wheels off that lie detector test.
You mean you're such a good liar?
Yes.
You're such a good liar that you could break the machine?
And I'm a lie detector.
No, that's not
I'm a
even
lie
true.
detector.
We used to think that, but now you're about 50-50.
Am I?
Yeah, exactly.
Am I about 50-50?
But you know what? In baseball, if you're batting 500, you're the best batter of all time.
Well, not if you're 6 for 12. Not if you're 10 for 20. Batting 500 is a great average if you do it over the course of a season. Not if you do it through the first 5 games of the season. You know, just because you hit 2 home runs on the first game of the season, that means you're on pace to hit 324 home runs. Doesn't work like that.
Am I about 50-50?
But you know what? In baseball, if you're batting 500, you're in baseball, if you're batting 500, you're.
We used to think that, but now you're about 50-50.
Am I?
Yeah, exactly.
Am I about 50-50?
But you know what? In baseball, if you're batting 500, you're the best batter of all time.
Well,
Yeah, not if you're 5 for 10.
then you're the best.
When we wrap up May, at the end of May,
Yeah,
we're
we're
going to
gonna
see how many times I've stumped the stumper
Right.
for the mug test.
The stumper?
Stumper.
Yeah.
You mean our trivia caller?
Yes.
Yeah.
My competition.
Yeah, exactly. In the new season, we may do a lie detector day or week.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do
That's
it.
a great idea. You know what? I may come back in September, Galvin, if you're going to do a lie detector month.
That's what I was hoping you'd attend.
Let's do it.
You got it. Can't wait. All right.
All the guys are here like, dude, that was not smart.
Do it.
We're gonna
That was smart, not smart.
Mark's going to start lying. Mark's going to start, you know what he's going to start doing at home? Lying with frequency to control his baseline breathing and
Way ahead of you, honey.
Oh yeah.
Decades.
It was
I always-
DNA training.
Yes.
yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Does doing math make you sick? You're good at math.
No.
Yes, you are.
No, it does not make me sick.
Because you're good at it.
Yeah.
Math is so stressful that 1 in 5 adults say it makes them sick. I am one of those 1 in 5 adults.
What do you mean sick?
Sick, like sick to my stomach.
Sick to your stomach. If you had a math test, you would get a stomach ache.
Physically ill, yes,
Really?
physically ill. And as a matter of fact, I'm so bad at like tipping that you'll notice
I know.
when we go to restaurants, waiters are especially happy to see
Yeah,
me.
you see the bill and you just write the same number underneath it.
It's true.
So some
It's
people
true.
would say you're really good at tipping.
It's true. No, it's true because I don't want to do percentage.
I know, but let me give you a new
100%, 100%.
Let me give you a new trick that's going to be just as good as 100%.
You tip 100%?
In fact, I'm so bad at like tipping that you'll notice
I know.
when we go to restaurants, waiters are especially happy to see
Yeah,
me.
you see the bill and you just write the same number underneath it.
It's true.
So some
It's
people
true.
would say you're really good at tipping.
Yeah, it's true. No, it's true because I can't be. I don't want to do percentage.
I know,
so
but let
I'm
me
like
give you a new
100%.
trick.
100%.
Let me give you a new trick that's going to be just as good as 100%. It'll make them just as happy. Just divide it in half. They'll be thrilled.
That's
Divided in
division.
half.
That's division. If I could divide it in half, I would divide it.
Round up. Just pretend you can just look at it. Look at it. If it starts with a 1 and a 2, it starts with a 6. If it's $120, it starts with a 6.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
There is the
Here's what I can do.
There is an
I can do
calculator.
50 plus 50 is 100. Done. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
100%
No,
makes
but
everybody
math,
happy.
I like simple math. I don't like really trigonometry or calculus. I wasn't good at that. I was good at the basic stuff.
No, but
Geometry.
you're good. Geometry. You see, you call it basic, and I'm like, what's geometry? It's with the shapes, right?
I'm good
Geometry is
with
shapes.
percentages.
You're amazing with
Once
percentages.
you start making money, you get really good with percentages. And you better get good at it. We have a huge show today. Huge
The
show.
big
I saw him
things
backstage.
is here.
Yeah, saw him backstage. Oh, also we have Christine Taylor here.
Christine Taylor is here, and Dr. Gail Saltz is here. She's going to give us tips on how to spring clean our minds.
Yeah. We need it. What time is it? It's time for Lives Grow for It Spring Trivia. Ready? Here it comes.
That's all of that song we're allowed to play before we have to pay them.
That was our trivia dancer, Carly Ward from Ohio.
And her partner.
Yeah. Hey, let's say hello to Paula Monroe from Buffalo, New York, who watches us on Ready? Here it comes.
Dirty Red. Nothing. No.
That's all of that song we're allowed to play before we have to pay them.
That was our trivia dancer, Carly Ward from Ohio.
And her partner.
Yeah. Hey, let's say hello to Paula Monroe from Buffalo, New York, who watches us on WKBW.
Hey, Paula.
How's it going?
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Mark.
Hey, good morning. Hey, you know how we play this game, right?
I do.
All right.
I do.
You've given us two statements. One's true, one's false. We have 60 seconds to decide which is the truth. If you stump us, you will get this.
Look at it.
All right, Art. Are you ready, Art? Ready. All right. Here are your two statements. I always open my pool on the first day of spring.
Lie.
Okay, that's early.
That's a lie.
Or I met Luke Bryan in Austin, Texas. All right, you're from Buffalo.
Right, Buffalo. Why would you open your pool on the first day of spring? Unless it's an indoor pool, trick question, right? I mean, right off the bat, even if it was she lived in Florida, the first day of spring, to say that always, 100% of the time you open your pool up on March 21st, I just have to say the first impression, and put your first impression in the comment section, that's the lie and this is the truth. Let's see if she's got any tricks up her sleeve.
Spring. Okay, that's early. Or I met Luke Bryan in Austin, Texas. All right, you're from Buffalo, and,
Yeah.
you have a pool.
Yeah.
When does the first day of spring happen in Buffalo?
21st.
Like
March 21st is the first day of spring.
mid-July?
Well, yeah. I mean, technically it's what, March 21st.
March
but
21st, spring
here-
equinox.
Yeah, but here it's like middle of June before it really gets to be nice out to swim.
Okay, but why do you open up on March 21st?
Because our season is so short. We have a heater, so like we can just open it and heat up the pool and the kids swim, and you can make it pretend like it's springtime here. Like this morning, I think it was like 40 degrees.
Yeah, but then there's still snow around.
Okay, how'd you like Austin, Texas?
I don't
Nice
know.
and-
There's still snow around. I know there's plenty of snow in Buffalo in March. Do you really want to go through all the snow? I mean, I guess, I don't know. If you just open up a cover, it doesn't make sense.
Because our
You'd literally have to, like, I mean, I guess if the heater's on all year round, right? You just have to walk through the snow. You have to have the heater on all year or the water's going to freeze. So technically, I guess you could go swimming in December. I don't know. If she fooled me, she fooled me.
Okay, but why do you open up on March 21st?
because our season is so short. We have a heater, so like we can just open it and heat up the pool and the kids swim, and you can make it pretend like it's springtime here. Like this morning, I think it was like 40 degrees.
Okay, how'd you like Austin, Texas?
Nice and hot.
Nice and hot, right?
Very nice.
Did you try
Very
the
hot.
Did you try the barbecue there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and where did you meet Luke Bryan?
I don't recall. We were there for a concert. So we were at some arena that we were there, and we met him.
Look, she goes, when did you meet Luke Bryan? She goes, I don't recall. Come on, you don't recall when you met Luke Bryan, but you know you met him sometime in your life? I think she's just lazy, but I think she's just trying to, for the simple trick of, if I say, oh, I don't remember, that Mark's going to say, oh, you don't remember? You don't remember when you met Luke Bryan? Well, obviously that's a lie. You're just saying that to throw me off, so that's the truth. But she might literally say that, so he'll think, oh, you don't remember? You're just saying that to throw me off, and that's the truth. And then he'll guess that's the truth. And the truth is that'll be the lie. And this will be the truth. And the reason, see, the thing is, she literally, it is truthful that she doesn't remember when she met him, but she thinks that by saying that, she's going to get him to guess that's a lie, when in honesty, it's the truth. So is it reverse psychology or reverse psychology? Because I know that my first instinct would be like, you don't remember? Well, that's a lie. You do remember, right? But he's hoping, she's hoping that he'll guess that that's the truth, because that is the lie. So is she setting him up? I guess we'll find out. I don't remember. She's very loud and clear. Like, oh, I don't remember. Like, she wants to make sure he hears that. The reason? She wants to make sure he hears that for a reason, because she wants him to act impulsively off of that statement.
So we were at some arena that we were there, and we met him just passing, and, you know, he's got really white teeth.
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
That's the big headline. He's got really white teeth.
Yeah, his smile is beautiful.
Is he tall?
Yes.
Yeah, he's tall. Taller than me.
Okay.
How tall are you?
5'6".
I'm 5'5".
Same.
Liar. Kelly's like
All right,
5'2".
I'm a little
Yeah,
confused
in like
here.
heels.
I'm going to admit, I'm going to say that the true statement
Come on, lie detector.
is that you met Luke Bryan in Austin.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Because first of all, no one opens their pool on the exact same day. No one's that consistent as human beings. No one opens their pool on the same day. And the fact that you would open it in March because it was snow all around, because I know how it snows in Buffalo, that just seems too consistent. And when you said I met Luke Bryan, she goes, oh, she's like, I don't remember. Well, you're saying that because you want me to think it's the lie and guess that so I can get it wrong and you could win. And who says I don't remember when I met him? Of course you remember when you met him. You remembered about it enough to present it to us as one of the options for the Grow for It spring trivia game, you know? I mean, you obviously remembered it long enough. It's been so many years, and You have enough of a memory to bring it up as for national television
Hey,
trivia.
Austin.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. You're from Buffalo. You can't open your pool in March. I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. We don't even have a pool.
All right, you didn't win the mug, Paula, but let's see if you have a chance to win a great prize.
Yes.
Ooh, this is great. You're playing for an Uni pizza oven. It's a package valued at approximately $1,000. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Good luck, Paula.
All right, Paula.
Okay.
Earlier this week, we talked with Chandra Wilson. What did Chandra say was the name of her freshman dorm?
Oh, that was hard.
I know.
Carlisle Dome.
Yes!
I had a bet with Shirley that you wouldn't know this. I had a bet with Shirley. You
Oh,
won.
what's the bet?
Well, she thought she would know this.
Would
I
a
said,
showcase get a mug?
we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This is side betting here, side deal.
You guys have
Yeah.
side notes?
Yes.
Well, I take notes too.
All right. Great job. Congratulations.
All right,
Thank you.
Paula, thanks for playing with us. When we return, David Diggs is here. Stick around.
Still ahead on Live for the new series High Desert. Christine Taylor will give you tips on how to spring clean your mind. And coming up next, David Diggs.
At Consumer Cellular, we offer amazing 5G coverage, backed up by incredible customer service. But that wouldn't mean much without super low prices. You already know we're up half as much as the largest carriers. But guess what? AARP members can save even more.
Switch to Taylor. We'll give you tips on how to. The new series High Desert.
I guess they just went straight into it.
Christine.
Sebastian.
To donate smoke and CO detectors to your local fire departments.
For more information, visit abc7chicago.com.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is here.
Also, we have Leslie Bibb.
All right, get ready, everyone. He does it all. Actor, singer, songwriter, rapper, and producer. Now he's the voice of Sebastian in Disney's live-action reimagining of The Little Mermaid. Please welcome an award-winning performer, David Diggs. Take me through it. Take me through it. How are you? Good to see you. Take me through everything. I wanna talk about your entire look.
This
Yes.
it's all Kid Super, man. Shout out Kid Super.
Kid
man.
Super.
I love it.
Are those comfortable? They look.
Oh my God, you have no idea.
So
Yeah. I'm never taking them off.
Those are like
Slippers.
slippers.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
lovely.
Oh my gosh. So you're originally from Oakland, California.
I am.
When did you know that you wanted to be in show business?
I'm still figuring it out. I don't know. It's the business part I never understood. There's
Yeah.
not really like in.
But a performer, you had a call.
I was doing that always. Yeah, when I was a
Yeah.
kid, I used to force my dad to come to school and do performances with me for the for the
What
school.
were your
Wait, yeah,
performances
we're-
like?
I used to. They were gymnastics at the time. I fancied
cool.
them. Yeah, we had a whole gymnastics routine I made him do for my kindergarten class.
Was your dad a gymnast?
No,
That's love, though. That is love.
That is love. Yeah.
Were you into music? Did you play in the band?
In high school, yeah. I started playing saxophone when I was maybe like 9 years old. So I played
I
alto
played
sax.
Me too.
Get out of here.
Alto sax. You know what annoyed me about the alto sax?
What's that?
You had to condition the reed.
Yes.
You had, because it would squeak unless.
Yeah. Yes.
And it hurts your lips a little bit, right?
It did a little bit, but the thing that got to me was I was playing with players who were like so. That was Berkeley High School, like the Berkeley Jazz Ensemble,
yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
legendary, you know. So like, I'm in the same class as like Ambrose Akinmusiri and Jonathan Finlay's cats have gone on to have like real careers.
You
And I
had,
was
you
like,
had a different
Oh, yeah,
experience.
No one made it out of high school.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Ambrose is now the composer on my show Blind Spotting, actually, which is amazing. So things come full circle.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
Did you have like a move, like when you would play the sax? Did you have
Did you make
like
a face?
You know, my sax face?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really trying to like get into it. Yeah, it's really. Yeah, being an awkward teenager with a saxophone is super sexy. There's like nothing. There's nothing that makes you more sexy when you're 14 than a saxophone.
You were a substitute teacher for fourth graders?
All graders.
All graders.
Yeah. I worked with a lot of kids.
How, like, was there a specific subject that you taught?
No, well, subbing, it was whatever. The requirements to be a sub are frighteningly low. We should try harder. But yeah. So I was sort of everywhere. I ended up, I would like, when I wasn't subbing, I was sort of developing curriculum for Bay Area schools that was like based around rap performance and poetry stuff. So I'd go into schools and work with their social studies departments. And yeah. Did a lot of like improvising with the kids and everything.
You know, we have no talent, but when we were like trying to get our kids to memorize stuff, we would always try to like work it into either a song that they liked or a rap that they loved. And it was like the best, I think it was the best way to like get them to really dial in.
Yeah, we heard through your substitute teaching, you had a chance or you got connected with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's how the only reason, it's like a clerical error is the only reason I was ever in Hamilton, really. Like,
Thank God for clerical errors.
Yeah. So my dear friend Anthony Viniziali, who's a founding member of Freestyle Love Supreme, which is another Lin-Manuel Tommy Kail project, we were both called to substitute teach the same class in Marin City, and you know, fourth graders. And when you're doing fourth graders, you have to come up with something new to do with them every 15 minutes. So one of the things we did was like freestyle with them, and I ended up giving him a ride home, and we discovered, we're both actors and rappers, and we have this weird skill set. And he was like, you should come hang out with my friend. We have this group, Freestyle Love Supreme. You should have. So yeah, literally, I never would have met those guys if it wasn't for like a mistake, because they weren't supposed to have 2 subs that day. But you just
Thank God for fourth grade.
When we come back, David's going to tell us what it's like leaping from the stage into the sea in Disney's remake of The Little Mermaid.
Still ahead on Live, Christine Taylor.
This is
Pioneers in orthotic and prosthetic technology at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Under the sea, darling, it's better. Don't wear it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore, they work all day. Out in the sun, they slave away. While we devoted full time to floating under the sea.
Am I crying again? Every time. This music just brings me back. Hits after hits. That's a scene, of course, from the highly anticipated remake of The Little Mermaid. You're the voice of Sebastian the Crab, which is, I think, probably one of the greatest characters in every work of fiction ever. He really is just.
He's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to know each other a little bit, and he's pretty good. I really like the guy, you know?
But Dolores was telling me backstage that you were thinking about not even you didn't even want to audition for it.
Well, it just didn't make sense to me. Like my team was like, they want you to come in and read for Sebastian. I was like, no, they don't. I don't like wasting people's time. I don't like, so I was like, we're going to go with, because sometimes I just feel like I'm associated with Lynn. I knew he's doing just like, it's obligatory. Nobody wants this. This is just it wasn't on my vision board, right? So I understand that it would be on anybody else's. So I was like, pass. And then
you're a terrible hype man for yourself.
It is what it is. And then, but then eventually they were just like, just go in. And I was like, all right. So I go in. I haven't looked at any material.
Wait, you weren't prepared?
No. Par for the course for my life. But I went in and there was like 5 minutes with an accompanist before we started the audition. I sit down, we're at the piano, and he starts playing the songs, and I still remembered all the words to these songs that I haven't seen since I was a kid. That's how good that music is.
With you, yeah.
I was like, oh, man, that's cool. And then I started working with Rob Marshall in the audition, and we had the best time for an hour. And I walked out there, and I was like, it's a shame they don't want me to do this. It's really fun. It sucks. Because that's the other thing. I didn't want to do it because I don't want it. So I'm not, I was like, this isn't for me.
So you've broken the code for getting the audition. You didn't prepare, you didn't want it, and you got it. That might be it.
It's the way to just not get your feelings. There's a lot of things I don't get.
David, thank you. I'm glad you auditioned, and I'm glad you got this job. In theaters and IMAX on May 26th. Make sure you check out David Ziggs in The Little Mermaid.
Congrats, man.
When we come back, Christine Taylor joins us.
Monday on Live, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
That's good advice for the children. See, when you set your expectations low, there's no opportunity for disappointment. There you go. Yes, when you set your expectations low, there's no room for disappointment.
Number below.
That's for the children. When you set your expectations low, you eliminate any possibility of disappointment. So that way, when you don't make the team, you could say, well, see, I told you. It's like a win-win. You predict, hey, I'm going to go try out for the football team, and I'm not going to make it. I'm not that good. They're not going to pick me. I'm not going to make the football team. And then when you make it, you're like, oh, okay, I made it. That's great. I guess I won. But then if you're wrong, you could say, see, I told you I wasn't going to make it, and you seem smart. Oh, great.
Hey, welcome back. The Minutes Laugh in comedies like the Brady Bunch films, Zoolander. Now she's one of the stars of the new series, High Desert. Please welcome Christine Taylor. Christine, I gotta tell you that the Brady Bunch film is on, and whenever it's on, because it's
on in a loop.
It's on a loop. She watches it nonstop.
Yeah. And so's Dodgeball.
So's
Zoolander.
Yes.
Yeah, basically anything you're in is on a loop in our house. I'll take it.
It's interesting that 90% of your movies are movies that your husband got you into. Let me ask you this. Are you able to get in any movies or projects nowadays on your own recognizance without your husband pulling a solid favor with the studio for you? Or do you have to rely on your husband to get you all your work? So are you talented to get your own work anymore? I know you've gotten your stuff on your own, but I'm asking about now.
Christine, I gotta tell you that the Brady Bunch film is on, and whenever it's on, because
it's on in a loop.
It's on a loop. She watches it nonstop.
Yeah. And so's Dodgeball.
So is Dodgeball.
So's Zoolander.
Yes.
Yeah, basically anything you're in is on a loop in our house.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I apologize.
Did you ever meet? I'm sure we spoke about this before, but I cannot remember. So tell me, did you ever meet Maureen McCormick?
Okay.
Did you wind up knowing her?
So I grew up the biggest Brady Bunch fan.
Same,
It was my
same.
after school
Yep.
TV show.
Yep.
I knew every episode by heart. Of course. We do the movie. Most of the original cast did cameos in the first movie, except for Maureen McCormick and E. Plum. They did not do the cameos. I get it.
Right.
But the first movie did well. We made a sequel,
Yep.
and Maureen came to the premiere of the sequel, and I got to take a picture with Maureen McCormick.
I mean,
Look, I am
Uncanny.
No, no,
It's
no.
uncanny resemblance. It
and
is.
I feel like I did her proud.
Yeah,
You killed it.
it wasn't more than the resemblance. It was like no
Everything.
way.
And I honored her. I was not making
Yes.
fun of her. I loved her. I wanted to be her. My mission in life right now is to become her friend.
Okay.
Oh, we are not friends.
Speak
We
things
speak
into
things into
existence
existence here.
I'm putting it in
All right.
in the world here that
Maureen.
Maureen,
Yes.
who I follow on Instagram. No, I have a private Instagram account.
Finsta.
It's not even Finsta. It's like I follow my kids. It's like this little
You monitor. You monitor your kids.
monitor exactly.
Yeah.
And I follow Maureen, and I see her life, and I'm like, I want to run into Maureen.
Okay.
I should DM her.
DM her.
But she probably gets that all the time. I don't think you can DM if she's
Listen,
not
everyone
following me.
knows that
I
this
don't know
is
how it works.
Maureen McCormick's favorite talk show.
Maureen, if you're listening,
Maureen, if you're listening,
I love
you know
you.
what? If we were a real talk show, Maureen McCormick would walk around the corner.
And this is your life, right?
Why do I have to think of everything?
She would tell me.
next time.
Next time.
How is Ben Stiller? Let's pivot. You've been married to him forever.
Yeah.
He's a New York City kid, but you grew up in Pennsylvania,
I
right?
grew up in suburbia, middle America, Allentown, Pennsylvania.
We know it very well.
I
My
mean,
brother lives out there.
okay, perfect. So Ben, as a New York City kid, Upper West
Sure.
Sider, like this was his backyard.
Yeah.
The first time he came to visit my family was he brought a film camera and was like walking around the suburban neighborhood, like, look at this artistic swing set in a backyard. and look at the little school down the street. I'm fascinated by this. And I was like, oh my
Every
God.
yard has its own Central Park.
Houses have some space between them.
It's
He
amazing.
loved the suburbs.
Did you
Loved
still
it.
like the suburbs?
He does. We love to be outside of the city when
Got
we
it.
can be. And
Yeah.
so yes, a little space is nice.
We have to take a commercial break. I cannot wait to talk about High Desert when we return. Stick around. We're with Christine Taylor in a minute. I almost said
Live is partnered with Verizon and its new
What
line plan.
she almost said. First of all, she almost said that they have a vacation home in like Long Island or something. She almost spilled the beans on where her vacation home is, and then she stopped right in the nick of time before she realized she's going to be telling a whole bunch of people where they live. And then she was going to tell Kelly, I almost told people that we have a vacation home in like Pennsylvania while the camera was still on, and she was telling her, and the camera cut off right before she said it. And she was almost about to spill the beans again while the camera was still on going to commercial thing. And I almost told them that we got a house in Allentown. Watch when she says, she kind of like stutters, and then she changes it to, we like to get out of the city when we have a chance.
In a backyard. And look at the little school down the street. I'm fascinated by this. And I was like, oh my
every
God.
yard has its own Central Park.
Houses have some space between them.
It's
He
amazing.
loved the suburbs.
Did you
Loved
still
it.
like the suburbs?
He does. We love to be outside of the
Nope,
city.
see, she said we love to be outside of the city.
Space between them.
It's amazing.
He loved the suburbs.
Did you
Loved
still
it.
like the suburbs?
He does. We love to be outside of the city when
Got
we
it.
can be. And so yes, a little space
And then
is
right
nice.
before commercial break,
we-
she leans into Kelly and says, I almost said, and then it goes to commercial and cuts her off. So she was Saved by the Bell. Remember that show she was on?
To take a commercial break, I cannot wait
Watch.
to talk about High Desert when we return. Stick around. We're with Christine Taylor in a minute. I almost said
Live is partnered with Verizon and its new line plan. Together, we're
Oh,
putting
no,
the
that
fans
was
in
Kelly. That was Kelly. She almost said Maureen McCormick.
Wait to talk about High Desert when we return. Stick around. We're with Christine Taylor in a minute. I almost said
Live is partnered with Verizon and its new My Plan. Together, we're putting the fans in charge.
She said more with Christine Taylor, but she almost said Maureen McCormick.
I want a network that won't let me down, even up here. With an unlimited plan that's
Next Live, one of the biggest Emmy winners of all time, Julia Louis-Dreyfus from You Hurt My Feelings, plus Leslie Bibb. And Tuesday, the American Idol winner performs live.
It's pretty simple. I kind of just
Well, you worked it.
Fucked up again. God damn it.
Fifth Third Extra Time. This is making a Fifth Third better. Peggy, you need a job.
I have a job. Look around you. And don't disrespect me because we pull tips. Well, you work as a fictional barmaid.
That's acting. That's my job.
Ooh, what if you act like a court stenographer or something?
What? I have a record. This is kind of the best I can do right now.
That's a scene from High Desert. It's a new series. You play Patricia Arquette's sister.
Yes.
And Patricia is, how would you describe the relationship between the siblings?
Well, Patricia's our older sister who has some addiction issues, hasn't really gotten her life together, and our mother has just passed away. So we, as the sort of siblings that have our lives together, are coming to her to say, we have to sell the family house. You have to get a job. And she obviously feels that is her job, which is working in a place called Pioneer Town. And it's a wild ride of her adventures trying to sort of start a next chapter in her life. And we're the voice of reason.
And you have a great cast. Matt Dillon, Brad Garrett.
Brad Garrett,
Yeah.
yes, Rupert Friend.
And Bernadette Peters.
And Bernadette Peters.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Are you pinching yourself?
Another
Yes.
person.
I know.
I got to work with her.
Yeah.
So
Does she know that you follow her on Instagram?
She's an Upper West Sider too. So she's in the neighborhood.
Yes.
I mean, she's iconic.
And pivoting quickly, you co-host a podcast.
Did you have sex with Matt Dillon ever in the 80s?
Are you pinching yourself?
Another
Yes.
person.
I know.
I got to work with her.
Yeah.
So
Does she know that you follow her on Instagram?
She's an Upper West Sider too. So she's in the neighborhood.
Yes.
I mean, she's iconic.
And pivoting quickly, you co-host a podcast. I just started a podcast, which I love. Is it your favorite job you've ever
I
had?
love it.
Yes.
I love it. And I heard you guys talking about phone calls. Like I didn't fancy myself someone who likes to talk and communicate with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I like the texting.
Yes, right.
But I love it. I love not having to put on makeup. I love getting to talk to people, to sort of dig deep into.
And people do. People open up on podcasts.
They're
What is it?
very intimate.
Yeah.
When there's not a camera there,
Yes.
they forget there's recording devices, and they tell you all kinds of stuff.
You get a lot of good stories.
A lot. It's
and
amazing.
I realize I love talking to people. What a concept.
What's the name of your podcast?
It's called Hey Dude, the 90s called.
Okay. Amazing.
Well, listen, when you come back, we'll have Maureen McCormick on the show. And we're going to surprise you.
That's what we're going to do.
That's Christine. High Desert is streaming on Apple TV Plus with new episodes every Wednesday. Coming up next, how to spring clean your mind. I need it for sure.
Monday on Live, from the new film about my father, Leslie Bibb.
Well, it'd be a great time. Well, wouldn't this be great then to have Mark and Kelly separate or together as a guest on your podcast, since they were, on a soap opera in the 90s and very relevant on the 90s. They met and fell in love in the 90s. They had some very, very famous soap opera characters in the 90s. So why not bring back 90s soap opera stars? And she should have invited them. Why didn't Christine take that time to say, you guys should come on. You guys are from the 90s. Your characters on All My Children. You guys should be, or even Kelly. She seems like the type that would have just, been very quite forward and said, oh, well, you should have us. Oh, you know what I mean? You should have us as guests. Well, we'll be guests on your show. We're from the 90s. And Christine would be like, that's a great idea.
Get ready. Things are about to into a sneak peek.
Watch this!
At Disney Pixar's Elemental, rated PG, during the season finale of American Idol.
Welcome back. Spring is not only a great time to clean your homes and cluttered garages, but it's the perfect time to clean your mind too. Here with some important advice and guidance is Dr. Gail Saltz.
Dr. Saltz, it's always great to have you here. I always say you are the most important guest we can ever have on this show. Why is spring a good time to clean our minds? Spring is the season of renewal, right? All the religious holidays, everything's about renewal. And there's something called the fresh start effect, which is basically times of the year where we naturally feel like we are ready to assess and make a change. New Year's Day, our birthdays, and spring is one of those times. So it lends itself to the feeling of assessing, where am I now? Do I like it or do I want to make a change? Okay, so what are the steps that we need to utilize to clean our minds?
Yeah.
Little cleaning of the mind. Yeah. Stress is one of the biggest mind clutterers. But stress, unlike what most people think, is stressors, things that stress you out, right? Divided by stress relievers. That's what actually equals stress. Sometimes we can't get rid of stressors, right? You have to work. You have things going on, yet you can't stop them. But you can increase stress relievers, increase the denominator. So aerobic exercise for 30 minutes.
Big one.
Paced deep breathing as a practice for 5 minutes, progressive muscle relaxation, taking a warm bath, adding things into your day that relieve stress will diminish your stress, which diminishes clutter.
How about good sleep?
So important, so important. Why? Sleep is when we lay down memory. We lay down what we learned during the day, which otherwise takes up a lot of space trying to hold on to it. So how do you improve your sleep? Sleep hygiene. Cooler, darker, quieter. Turn your clock around. Go to bed the same time every day.
Put the phone away.
Put the phone away.
Yeah.
No by a way, do you mean holding it in his hand with the screen on because he's fallen asleep watching an Instagram video? Bad on so many levels. Just we say no, Mark.
Okay.
We will fix that. Next, yes, mind dump to a journal. Use
Get it out of your head.
a journal to write down worries so they don't percolate around, mood so you offload that, and even things that you might forget that you keep in your mind, cluttering your mind all the time. I have to remember, write it down. He always says, he's like, how do you remember that? You remember everything. And I always remind him, I journal. I'm not a psychic. I just can go back in real time, and it really keeps the clutter out of your mind. And this is a big one. Little decisions we make all day really clutter our mind. You don't even realize the little ones. So make a choice reduction plan. That means have like 5 outfits I wear to work. It's only these 5. I have exactly. You don't have to. What am I going to do? What's it going to be? I want breakfast. What am I going to have? What am I going to have for meals? Plan them. Say basically, it's eggs, it's toast, it's cereal. We do that.
Yeah.
We do that with meals. We pre-plan. Reducing the number of choices, the little choices all day, really relieves you and definitely declutters the mind.
This is great. We have to take a break right now, but more with Dr. Gail Saltz when we come back.
Decluttering.
I love it.
If you would like to know more about any of Dr. Gail's tips, anything you see online, or would like to get tickets to our show, just log on to our website at livewithkellyandmark.com.
Your go-to leggings. And electric, and consider it done.
We're back with Dr. Gail Saltz, who's here to teach us how to clean our minds. What else can we do? We can make a can control list.
Yes.
Half of the time, what's in your mind is thinking, worrying, obsessing over something. So take a piece of paper, draw 2 lines, which I did right here. Okay. And then in the first category is I can take a problem that you're obsessing about it. What can I control? Actually control about this problem. What I might be able to influence, and what I am not going to have control over on this problem.
Which could lead to acceptance, and that's also.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But what happens if you think you can control things that are
You are not going to pay attention to these 2 lists.
Yeah, but I am always over
You're
here.
always in here.
Yeah, but that's,
I'm
that's
right
nowhere
here
to be.
in the no
That's
control,
nowhere to be.
trying to control
You can't-
that.
So that is what this
Yeah.
is going to help you with, because you're obsessing and you convince yourself, maybe I can. And that positively reinforces the obsessing. So go with only, write it down, Kelly, only what's in the can control list. If you try this,
Dr. Gail, I'm going to try, but I'm not promising you
it will cut
anything.
down. It will cut down on your, okay, if that doesn't work for you, Kelly, talk to someone. Talk to a family member.
To you, I talk to you.
Or if need be a therapist, and I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Okay. But about how you're feeling about that, about your worries, about things that are on your mind, because it does help relieve it. And lastly, but also very important, is a sort of digital cleanse. The kind of digital, because you're looking at 50 million things. Many of them make you feel lousy. So remove the people from your Instagram, from your Twitter, that you feel stoke envy, stoke frustration, stoke anger. Those things clutter your mind. Filter out who you're following, and in my opinion, pick one lane. All these different places you look, they're very distracting. That's full of clutter for you. So if you must be on social media, pick Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or TikTok.
Not all 4.
All 4 of them. Your mind is divided at all times. It's almost impossible to not be cluttered.
It's great advice.
Great advice. Dr. Gail Saltz, like I said, you're always the most important guest we have here.
And for more topics like this, and you can also listen to your podcast, How Can I Help, on iHeartRadio. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by.
My name is Amanda, and I smoked while I was pregnant. This is the view I had of my baby in the NICU. My tip is speak into the openings for your baby.
This out, Mark. Francis,
And if there was another cat in my spot, I would have attacked, but not anymore. Thanks to Filo Autumn, I feel way better.
Enhanced calming for cats.
welcome to the inbox, everybody. Now check this out, Mark. Francis Vilio from Staten Island said, this is 2 of my Mother's Day gifts. Love you guys. She got the new merch. Art, how about that?
Yeah, she bought the merch. That's great.
And here's another one. Look at this. Patty Wolfkale from Fort Wayne, Indiana said, I didn't have to stump Mark because my sister got me the mug and I love it. So there.
This is from Karen Childers from Bailey is a new Caney High School student that graduated. And Cleo is a kindergarten student at New Caney Elementary.
Just starting and I'm done.
I mean, it does go like that. So before they know it, she'll be graduating high school as well.
I know. And we were just talking during the commercial break, like the 4 years in high school that your kids are in high school, like they go fast, but not that fast. 4 years in college is like a blink. It's a blink. And you're like, wait, how did that happen?
Because you never see them.
Now what?
This is from Jody Thomas.
Time flies when you're having fun.
This is Morgan Mango Lee Sparkle Thomas. She's soon to be 15. Oh, she's really cute.
Yeah, the great thing about little dogs, they last a long time. Here's Kim Richard from,
little dick.
This is her dog Oz, who will be 16 in June. He dances around his food before he eats it. He's been doing that for years. Our Chewy will eat anything and go to great lengths to get it. Like,
There's
we
no
have
dancing
to
around.
push our chairs in at the dinner table because if you get up to get water, say, and you leave your
She'll
chair
climb.
up, she utilizes that opportunity to get on the chair, to get on the table, to eat your food. What else? do we have there?
I don't know if this is a little non sequitur, but it's cool. Ruth and Ann Bedford, a trip of a lifetime to Barbados.
Oh, they won our trip to Barbados. Oh,
Hey, won our trip.
They're having fun.
Hey, Christine Mack said, I didn't win a mug, but I just got back from a beautiful, breathtaking trip to the Fairmont Mayakoba.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. I love any place that serves a coconut drink in a coconut.
Yes.
On Monday's show, Julia Louis-Dreyfus will be here.
Yeah, we also have Leslie Kidd.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday.
Memorial Day sales event.
You know what's better than a coconut drink and a coconut? A pineapple drink and a coconut. Or you could have it in a pineapple too, whatever makes you happy, but try it in like a papaya. Yeah, yes, queen.
This morning. It's Friday, May 19th, and The View starts live right now.
Calling me a white supremacist, which I take great offense to, that is like calling a person of color the N-word.
All of the hot topics on your mind are on the table. From politics.
She's not even using a dog whistle. She's using a bullhorn to put a target on my back.
To pop culture.
Do you think that you're one of those people that can't be alone, really? No, I love being alone.
Plus, David Diggs and Feel Good Friday with an all-new View Your Deal. Here comes.
And then I press enter.
Well, you forgot to put in how many pieces of candy it took to get her into the car.
Oh, sweet. Look, Cousin Pam grew up and moved to Brooklyn and is sleeping with the guy from that movie. All right, you guys. All right. This is the best. The best. Such a cluttered life. All right, you guys. That's it for whatever episode this was. Oh my God, you're kidding me with this shit. All right, guys. That's it. I got to get the hell out of here. Make sure you subscribe and like and get for notifications. Oh, yeah, all this junk. You know how to do it. I got to get the hell out. I think I got to mow the lawn. Anyways, Kelly Consuelos. Looking for some nasal drip. All right, peace out. Watch the next episode. Whatever it is, 26. Who gives a shit? Bye.